What is up, everybody? This is Brett here again, coming at you from Chiang Mai in Thailand. I put a article online on my blog probably about a month ago, and I got a question from a couple of people, not just one person, and it's they were asking about visas in Thailand. Which I guess is quite important, so I thought I'd make a video on it in case you're thinking about coming here and you need a visa. What most people do is they come here on tourist visas, right? So there used to be what's called a double entry visa, where you could essentially get 6 months in Thailand and then you'd have to leave and get another double entry visa, so you'd leave and then get another 6 months. They know that live right by the airport and I've got a plane going overhead. I swear it's nearly going to hit my house. Anyway, yeah, so right, people used to come here on get 6 month entry. They recently changed it, like less than a year ago. When I came here, you could get the 6 months. Now you can only get 3 months. And the way you have to apply for what's called a single entry tourist visa. And then once you're here on that visa, you can go to the immigration office and you can get it extended for an extra 30 days when it runs out. So it's actually like 90 days. Once that tourist visa has run out, you can only apply for another one outside of Thailand. There are obviously lots of countries outside of Thailand that are kind of local. However, depending on the country, some people like to go to Malaysia, but they're a lot more strict on giving you the visa. So what a lot of people do is they go to Laos. Now, from Chiang Mai, you can take a bus down to Laos, like a night bus, which takes about 12 hours, or you can take a plane down with a company called Nok Air, which is really cheap. It works out, if they have a promotion on like 1,000 baht, 1,200 baht. I think last time I actually paid about 700 baht. And in terms of pounds, you're talking like £20 return to go down just near the border of Laos, and then you cross over to Laos. There are lots of guides online for exactly how to do a visa run to Laos from Chiang Mai and from other cities in Thailand, Bangkok or whatever. But you have to leave Thailand, and you have to leave after 3 months and go and apply for a visa in Laos. You go and you give them your passport, you wait for 1 day, the next day you go back, pick up your passport, and you have a tourist visa for 60 days. You can then come back into Thailand and activate that visa, and your 60 days starts from then. If you leave Thailand at any point that your visa is active, you'll deactivate your visa. Okay, so if you leave Thailand, you need to make sure that you're going to be getting another visa in whatever country you're going to if you want to come back in. So if you're here on tourist visas, you have to do that every 6 months, every 3 months, sorry. Used to be 6 months. When you first come here, depending on the country you come from, if you're only coming here on a holiday, you can just get what like people call it a stamp. So you get off the plane and they stamp your passport. And if you come from the UK, for example, you get 30 days. I think most Western countries, they'll give you like 30 days, 15 to 30 days, like long enough for a holiday. But if you are coming here longer than 30 days, you need to apply for a tourist visa. Like I say, that has to be done outside of Thailand. But if you're from the UK or if you're from America or Canada or something like that, you can just go to the Thai embassy in your country. We have one in London, and you can just submit a form and they'll give you the visa. I think the price for it is about 1,000 baht, which is about £20. In the UK, I think it's £25 for a single entry tourist visa. If you go to Laos and you get one in Laos, it's 1,000 baht, which is about the same, £25. They also, if you don't want to be here on tourist visas, you can still get a 6 month entry visa, and it's called a multi-entry, and you can only apply for that in your home country. And in order to get it, you need to have a certain amount of money in your bank. They say on the application form that you need to have a proven income record for like 6 months worth of bank statements. However, it's kind of a new thing, and people have been getting them by literally just sending in their last bank statement that just shows that they have a bank balance with enough money to cover them. It's about $1,000 per month of you being here. So if you're applying for a 6-month multi-entry tourist visa, where you can go in and out of Thailand without having to worry about deactivating it, and you can essentially stay here and travel and come back in and back out for 6 months at a time, you need to apply for a multi-entry visa, and you need to have like the equivalent of $6,000 in your bank account, just to show the Thai government that you have enough to kind of support yourself, and you're not going to come here and become homeless and sleep in a hammock on the beach, which you could do, because it'd be better than being homeless back at home, really. But yeah, there are also other methods for long-term stay, right? So if you want to stay here for like a year or 2 years or 3 years or however long you want to be, you can come here and you can get like an education visa. So an education visa is like, you can learn Thai. You can do a degree in Bangkok if you wanted to, and it'll give you like 3 years. Most people just learn Thai, right? So there's lots of language schools in Chiang Mai, there's lots of language schools in Bangkok. You can get it pretty much anywhere. Now the language visas are, depending on where you go, the different language schools charge different prices, and also you're going to get better or worse tuition, because you do get lessons as well. They don't just give you a visa. You can get like a year-long education visa to learn Thai, like beginner, and then you can get a second year, intermediate, and you can probably get a third year, I'm pretty sure, which is like advanced. You can also do like a military visa, where you do like, it's called hand-to-hand combat, where you just train, military training with the Thai military. I believe that's around about 22,000 baht. Same price kind of goes for the education. They're about the same. The education visa, you have to pay for an extension every 3 months, from what I believe. So if you're paying, say, 22,000 for an education visa for 1 year, you can add an extra 8,000 on top of that, to bring it up to the full year, because you're going to need three monthly extensions. Apparently the hand-to-hand combat military visa, you don't need to extend, and apparently that's quite easy to do, because the military does it for you. It just depends if you want to run around and do obstacle courses and shoot guns and stuff, which a lot of people don't really want to do. So yeah, that's the visa situation. You can come here on tourists. If you want to be here for a long time, you can get an education visa. With the tourist visas as well, a lot of people are concerned, can you get more than one? Yes, you can. You can just, at the state of how it is at the moment, many people do that. They've been doing it for a long time. I have friends' passports, they're full up with tourist visas. Every 3 months they go to Laos, or not every 3 months you're going to go to Laos. Sometimes they go back home to their home country, right? Then they might get like a multi-entry visa for 6 months, come back. Then they might go to Laos twice and that's another 6 months. And then years pass, they might want to go back home again. But you can get a lot of tourist visas. I mean, at the end of the day, you're paying for the visa to stay here, right? The Thai government make money when you leave to get a visa. The whole scare around visas and leaving and not being able to get let back in is, people used to basically leave on a bus and then come back in and get like a 30-day stamp, which you don't pay for. The country gives it to you for free for coming in. And then they keep doing that every month, going out on a bus to like Burma from Chiang Mai, because it's not too far. You can do it in a day and back. And yeah, if you're going to do that, they will reject you at the border, okay? So you best to pay for a visa, pay for an actual tourist visa. Not hard to get one. Get it in your home country before you come here, of course. Get a multi-entry if you can, it'll give you 6 months. And then if you want to extend it and you want to stay more than 6 months, you can, like I say, get one of the education options, or you can head over to Laos and get another tourist visa. It's pretty cheap, and you just have to do that every 3 months. But I hope that answers a lot of questions surrounding visas and coming to Thailand. If you have any other questions, let me know. Mosquitoes. Maybe we should do a video on mosquitoes, because they're everywhere. Yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. Just put them in the comments. Like the video and subscribe, please, so then we can keep talking. And I'll speak to you soon. This is Brett from Thailand. Wow.